So I'm fighting off. I'm fighting off that. Trying to get people to stop using ChatGPT as a therapist, because sometimes ChatGPT be wrong, y'all. Y'all got, and it has no nuance.
It
So
the,
I
the
don't.
the
Issue.
creator of ChatGPT says when chat does not know, and that's for all these language models, when it doesn't know, it's gonna freestyle. I have somebody on my team, she loves to ask ChatGPT questions, and then she'll ask, where'd you get that information, chat? I want to read more. And it has literally told her on multiple occasions, I just made it up. Because if it is just here to give you information, you always have to ask the follow-up question. Never just let the language model give you an answer and leave it at that. Always go look for more. Like, I need to teach a class on how to learn through the language model, because it scares me how happy people are to take what ChatGPT says, or whatever, Gordon, Gemini, Siri, all of them, so willing to just take what it says on that first rip and then just
And
go
be
about your
wrong.
business with no
Yeah,
further delving into anything. It's crazy.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
I
That'd be so wrong.
I think about even using GPS systems. I traveled a lot at one point, and I can recall getting to a location and it says you've arrived at your destination, and I'm looking around and I'm like, I have not. You've arrived. No, I have not.
Baby, being a real estate agent in these streets, there was a many a time I got routed to the wrong place. And one time it routed me to a dirt road. And I was like, yeah, no, right? Okay, that's crazy. Listen, we have a couple more stats. I want to hit those as well. And then we'll dive back into this conversation. Let's check these out. Asian and Indian children are often exposed to tech skills by the age of 6, creating a pipeline advantage in education and careers. And communities that combine early tech education with strategic investing are seeing multi-generational wealth growth. We have to, we must, absolutely must incorporate this into our children's lives. You may not see the value, or you may not even be interested, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't allow our children to dive into what is the next thing that's going to allow them to thrive in these job streets and this industry. And let's not just, I want to be very clear on something. We've been talking about AI, we've been talking about ChatGPT, we've been talking about that, but we haven't talked about just STEM. Okay, STEM, that's not all just AI. We need to let our children really get into tech and playing and getting dirty, taking and loose those fans like Marlo did, learning to put them back together, using them in the auto industries that do use those robots. Okay, like those games that kids are playing, there are educational games that can teach them how to work those. Ask Ford, ask these big auto tech companies that are using these type of things where we need our children to learn. We have one more video. I'm going to check that out and we'll get back into the conversation. And then, goodness, this has been like fast. Then it'll be final thoughts. So let's check this out.
I recently came across a tweet that basically said that there aren't a lot of black women in tech because black women are not interested. And that cannot be any further away from the truth. Because I'm like, what side of the internet are you on? Because on my side of the internet, all I see are black women announcing their new jobs, black women under the comments of other black women who are in tech seeking, ways on how to get into tech.